Welcome to ZooBricks. My name's Maxine and I'm trying to build the world's largest Lego zoo. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today's a super exciting episode because today I've finished my very first zoo enclosure, the otters. Last week I was working on different pond designs, and this week I've got to put all kinds of different planting in and actually start making it look like a real exhibit. The other things I've been working on over here is I've been trying to collect all the bits and pieces. I don't know if you can guess what I'm trying to make here. And we've got some eyes and some really exciting colors. I almost had all of the pieces to make a Fortnite Lego llama. And apologies now if you hate Fortnite, but last week they launched a brand new game called Lego Fortnite. And it's super cool, and there was some pop-up stores around the world. I think it was 4 different locations in the world that had this giant Lego llama outside of it, which is huge. And the closest one to me was in London, but that's like a 6-hour drive away, so I didn't get to go. But the Lego stores that were right next to them got to make these little cool Lego llamas. So I've almost got all of the pieces to make a little Lego llama, so I'll pop a video of that up soon. Anyways, let's get back to the zoo. By the way, if you haven't played the Lego Fortnite game and you like Lego and you like Lego games, I highly recommend that you download it. It is completely free and it's available on all platforms, and you basically start off as a little Lego minifigure running around an open world. You've got to find wood and you've got to find stone, you've got to make a fire, then you can build a house, then you can invite your friends to live in your houses, and you basically just play in a Lego world. It's got nothing to do with Fortnite. And it's funny because actually being on the platform, there seems to be more people playing Lego Fortnite than there is Fortnite. And it's completely free unless you want to buy all the skins and stuff, but you can play the game for free. So if you do like Lego gaming, then I definitely recommend it. So it's been quite a project. I'll take you up and I'll show you how I've got on with it. I built the enclosure while sitting on top of the table this time, but I think I'm going to change my methods in the future because after a while this gets pretty backbreaking. So here we are. Here is the otter enclosure. Now it looks pretty fancy now that everything has been added in. We have got obviously the raging rapid pond there which I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that or not, but I'm going to leave it for now. I've added loads of leaf detailing, and there's 2 otters that are living in here. I think the other one is just about to pop out and attack the keeper. Our Asian short-clawed otters here at the zoo are a little bit naughty, and we don't actually work in with them because they can be very naughty. So we actually have a separate house and some halts, they're called, where we put the otters into while we go out and service the enclosure. So I've included that in this design as well. So inside this keeper area, so this is not very realistic. She should not be in there. This is very unsafe. So she's not there. We've got a little otter popping his little hole out there. So I made some little slides just using some brown window panes, which is a perfect size for an otter to squeeze through. So there we go, look at that, boom. So that's on the side of the house there. And of course I've added a living roof to our keeper building as well, which is in keeping with the other buildings that are going to be on the site. So we'll open it up and take a little look. So just like any other kind of animal keeper area, you've got all of your basic tools, buckets, brushes, and shovels. I mean, those are the basic needs of any keeper. And then in here, we've got a halt. And this is basically like a little nest box that we can have for an offshore holding of an otter, or if the weather's bad or it's cold, they can come inside. And generally this would be heated as well. So it's got a little lid that opens on it so you can get in there and obviously clean it. You can see the otter there is actually in the little tunnel ready to go out into the enclosure. So that's it really. This also works as a double door system. So if the keeper is trying to come in and service, he or she is not going to directly open the door to the exhibit and the otters aren't going to escape. I tell you what, if our otters had that opportunity, they would be all over the zoo. So that lid just pops back on there. Then I built this tree, this massive 3-layer tree based on a video that MBBricks put out. Really realistic looking tree. I mean, it is huge. And it just makes a really nice feature in the exhibit. And on my last video, I mentioned about building a water feature that goes up the back here. This bit doesn't really make any sense. I don't really understand how that would work naturally in the world, but I might swap that and just make that into like a pond rather than leaving this weird waterfall that comes out of nowhere there, but looks pretty cool for the moment. So the water cascades down there and of course into this raging river pond. And the otters can of course get into the water, which was one of my main aims. Then around the perimeter, I obviously extended it out a little bit so there was less of a jump risk. And I added these black tile along the top there, which I think smartens it off quite nicely. And then the final detail was obviously the planting, and Asian short-clawed otters are, you guessed it, from Asia. So I've added some bamboo into the enclosure as well. So that's kind of the first exhibit that I've done for this area. And I think it looks pretty smart. It's very busy, but it's got a lot of detail in it, which is cool. So the next thing I'm going to focus on is what I'm going to do here. Now that I've got an enclosure to work for and a boundary here, I want to start kind of building the path and building a bit of a square and a bit of an entrance area. And obviously making sure that people go to the gift shop and buy all the really cool stuff on the way out. So what do you think of the otter exhibit? It's my very first mock Lego exhibit, so be gentle. But it is a sign of things to come. So this is the kind of the standard of exhibits that I want to build in the rest of this zoo. It's probably a little bit bigger than what I was expecting it to be, but that's okay. It's a nice big otter exhibit, and you always want a really nice fun exhibit at the start of your zoo that really gets the kids excited, because the otters are always screaming and always interacting with the public as well. So if there's kind of all kinds of stuff happening here in the square and there's a gift shop and all kinds of activities going on here, the otters will be loving that and the people will love it too. I'm not sure what exhibit to build next. I'm gonna have a little look through my animals and see what I can fit in. I don't know if I'm going that way or if I'm going this way or what I'm doing, but we'll find out. Anyways, in my last video I mentioned about going to Bricktastic. I will be going just as a visitor. I'm way too late to apply to be a exhibitor, which I wasn't aware about, but never mind. But I've recently joined Brick Alley, which is like a Lego group in the northeast of England. And this is how you find out about events, and this is how you can apply to be an exhibitor at events, is by being a member of an adult Lego group. So I've put a link in the description for the Brick Alley Lego group if you are a northeast England person wanting to join a Lego group. And I've applied to do a tapestry instead. So last time when I was at the Shildon Brick Show, the Brick Alley group had this huge kind of long table where they had all of these huge tapestries up that each member had kind of made like a minifigure of, but out of little studs. So I like to have a go at doing that. So I'll try and do that. It'll be my first ever exhibit, and that's in February next year in Manchester. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed that ZooBricks update and you enjoyed my very first exhibit. I can't wait for the next exhibit to be built. If you haven't done already, please do remember to subscribe to the ZooBricks channel and support me as I try and build the world's largest Lego zoo. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.